And will Facebook continue its ban on former President Donald Trump? The decision from an independent review board is coming up.
This is News 3 Now at noon.
Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. We begin with some new information in a case that's now nearly 7 months old. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office released details about a person of interest in the Devil's Lake homicide. Witnesses have told police they saw a male running frantically and out of control and fell down while running on October 14th. Witnesses say that person was roughly 6 feet tall, slender to average build. He was wearing dark pants with ripped out knees, a dark top that may have been a hoodie. John Schmutzer of Wauwatosa was found dead in the park that day. In November, police say they believe the suspect may still be a danger to himself or others and have underlying mental health or drug or alcohol abuse challenges. If you saw anything that day or know someone that did, that information could help. Contact the Sauk County Sheriff's Office. A partly sunny and cooler hump day, and we could see some showers for part of the day. Here's Chris Reese with your first warned forecast. Hi, Chris.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, the shower chance is mainly going to hold off until we move towards overnight. By the way, a quick reminder, everyone, it's the first Wednesday of the month. Those sirens are going off right now. 55 is our temperature right now. Winds out of the north at 8 miles per hour. We've had this northerly wind all day. It's keeping our temperatures into the 50s. The reality is I don't expect to warm up beyond about 4 degrees where we are right now. We're looking for those temperatures staying into the upper 50s and low 60s today. We look at Doppler track. Here's how things are overall playing out. We're dry in Wisconsin, but Mark, you just mentioned it. There's a chance for some showers. I'm watching this system back towards the west. It's going to be working its way towards the south and east as we move throughout the rest of the evening and towards your overnight hours. You're going to see the cloud cover developing first, then comes the showers, but the reality is most of that's going to target southern portions of the area overnight into early tomorrow morning. Then it's going to be out of here. We'll expect to see some sunshine to round out your Thursday as well. So as we start to look ahead, here's what to expect. Sunshine now, that cloud cover starting to filter in as we speak. By the time we get you towards dinner, look for overcast skies. Temperature should be into the upper 50s.
Not a bad day out there for right now.
No, not at all. And for this time of the year, it's a little below average, but it still feels good underneath that sunshine.
It sure does. All right, Chris, we'll check back in a few minutes. Thank you. Right now, Dane County's new public health order is lifting many capacity limits on businesses. That order went into effect this morning. It includes increasing limits on indoor gatherings with food and drink from 150 to 300 and increasing indoor gatherings without food from 350 to 500. Restaurants and bars and businesses are allowed 75% capacity. Also, there will be no limit on outdoor gatherings, but people will still need to be spaced out by 6 feet. This order expires on June 2nd. Right now, over 2.5 million Wisconsinites have received at least one COVID shot. That's nearly 44% of the state's population. Meanwhile, just over 35% of residents have completed the vaccine series. In Dane County, over 60% of people have had at least one shot, and over 46%, or 254,000 people, have been fully vaccinated. More than 145 million adult Americans have already gotten at least one shot. That's about 56% of the total population. About 35 million people, more people that is, would need to get a shot in the next 2 months to reach the president's goal. But the daily vaccination rates have been going down, partly due to vaccine hesitancy. President Biden announced he wants to see 70% of all American adults with at least one shot and 160 million adults to be fully vaccinated by the 4th of July. Right now, the Biden administration is offering walk-in appointments at local pharmacies and expanding pop-up clinics to make it easier to get a shot.
We have vaccine available to 90% of the population within 5 miles of where they live. But we need to actually do more than that because some people can't get to 5 miles.
The administration is also revising how it allocates vaccines to the states. 25 states are not currently ordering all of the vaccine doses available to them because of lower demand. And Arkansas didn't order any new doses last week. Now the government will be shifting those unused doses to places with more demand. Experts are projecting that COVID-19's toll on the U.S. will decline dramatically by the end of July. That's according to research released by the government. But they also warn a substantial increase in hospitalizations and deaths is possible if unvaccinated people do not follow basic public health guidelines, such as wearing a mask and social distancing. State tourism officials say the coronavirus pandemic caused a 30% decline in direct spending by tourists in Wisconsin in 2020. But they are optimistic the industry will rebound this year. According to the Wisconsin Department of Tourism, spending dropped about $4 billion last year to $9.8 billion. Earlier this week, we told you tourism in Madison dropped more than 62%. All of Wisconsin's 72 counties experienced a decline in tourism activity last year compared to 2019. But officials say the first 4 months of this year are shaping up to be better than 2019. National research shows 87% of Americans plan to travel in the next 6 months. New overnight, a proposal to create a permanent men's homeless shelter on Madison's east side has been rejected. The city's Common Council denied the proposal by 5 votes early this morning. The plan was to buy about 3 acres near East Town Mall. It was supposed to be a collaboration with the county. The city would purchase the property for $2.6 million and then accept $3 million from the county to build the shelter. People working at some of the businesses nearby have expressed their concerns with the plan. As people continue to struggle with mental illness, nearly 24 Dane County partners are teaming up to help prevent suicide and premature preventable deaths. A task force compiled of clinical mental health providers, police officers, first responders, and area businesses and judges are coming together to create this Ending Deaths from Despair coalition. Their mission is to help prevent deaths from suicides, drug overdoses, and chronic alcoholism.
And we're not immune to this in Dane County, in spite of everything our community has to offer, a strong economy, active social networks, excellent health care. Dane County has not been spared. The opioid overdose epidemic and suicide have been on the rise here, along with the rest of the nation. And then came the COVID-19 pandemic and the challenges brought about by it.
The coalition plans to hold meetings and establish work groups in the future. The county has recently launched the Dane County Behavioral Resource Center and is in the planning stages for triage centers to immediately support people in crisis. A Facebook oversight board has made its decision on whether to restore former President Trump's access to the social media platform. It's a move that's expected to set precedent for how Facebook will treat accounts of other politicians and world leaders. And now Trump is suggesting social media giants should pay a price.
Facebook's independent oversight board has upheld the social media giant's decision to suspend former President Trump's access to Facebook and Instagram following the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. But the board went on to say it was not appropriate for Facebook to impose the indeterminate and standardless penalty of indefinite suspension, telling Facebook to review the matter within 6 months.
It must either restore Mr. Trump's account, finding that the period of suspension has met its purpose, make the suspension permanent, or suspend the account for a determinate period of time.
The decision was handed down by a group sometimes referred to as Facebook's Supreme Court, made up of human rights lawyers, constitutional law experts, a Nobel Prize winner, and even the former president of Denmark.
The board was created to give the public some trust that an independent group was making these crucial decisions.
During the Capitol riot, former President Trump posted a social media video telling his supporters to leave, but also repeating false election claims.
We have to have peace. So go home. We love you. You're very special.
The independent board agreed that the former president violated Facebook's rules prohibiting praise or support of people engaged in violence and created an environment at risk by continuing claims of election fraud. In a statement, Facebook says it will determine an action that is clear and proportionate, but will continue to block Mr. Trump from posting for the time being. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
And just this week, Trump launched a new way to get his message out, a blog on his website, which could make it easier for users to repost his remarks. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon.
Job growth at U.S. companies accelerates and popping the cork on a pricey taste of outer space. I'm Diane King Hall at the CBS Broadcast Center. I'll have those stories and more in your CBS Money Watch report.
The lowest prices of the season sale at Ashley Home Store is here. Our hottest new looks are all on sale. Spring doorbusters are up to 60% off. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices at checkout. And no interest financing for 3 years. Ashley Home Store.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Erectile dysfunction for men of all ages has become much more common. In fact, most men don't realize that 90% of erectile dysfunction is a direct result of broken down old blood vessels. This causes a lack of blood flow that is critical when achieving an erection. With our state-of-the-art technology, we're able to stimulate new stem cell growth right in our office with no pills, no needles, no surgery, and no pain.
To book your consultation and get back to natural functionability, call Peak Performance for Men today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
The time is right to do something nice for your home. Why not replace your gutters with LeafGuard, the only gutter system that has earned the Good Housekeeping seal of approval? Hi, I'm Andrew Larson, owner of Larson Home Services. LeafGuard's patented one-piece seamless design keeps leaves and debris out, which means no more clogs, guaranteed. LeafGuard carries a lifetime warranty, so your home's foundation will be protected forever, and our customers couldn't be happier.
They're the best. I don't have to worry about the gutters getting clogged up with the seeds, the branches, the dirt, the roof sheddings, and it's just one less worry for me.
Love to hear that. Right now, your LeafGuard brand gutter system comes with some great money-saving extras. Get up to $1,000 off, free financing for 12 months, and a $100 Visa gift card with your LeafGuard purchase. Call now to set up a free estimate.
Annuals and perennials are now available at Jung Garden Center. Start your spring planting season off right and shop our huge selection today. Beautify your home and gardens. Open 7 days a week. Shop Jung Garden Center for all your gardening needs.
Get the lowest prices of the season on appliances now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save as much as 40% off clearance and special buy appliances. Plus no interest financing for a year and delivery within 5 days. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
Hiring heated up in April, although it was lower than expected. According to payroll processor ADP, private employers added 742,000 jobs last month. That's up from 565,000 in March and marks the highest level since September. An increasing number of vaccinations and loosening restrictions are helping businesses to start humming again. Meanwhile, travel still hasn't completely bounced back. Hilton says it lost $108 million in the first quarter. The hotel chain continued to be hurt by remaining travel restrictions and people feeling more comfortable staying home. Boeing is facing another safety-related hurdle. According to Reuters, U.S. air safety officials are asking the plane maker to give more documentation and analysis demonstrating that its 737 MAX subsystems would not be affected by electrical issues that were flagged last month. You may recall the problem caused a fourth of its 737 MAX fleet to be grounded again. And it's more than $2 Chuck. Christie says a French wine could fetch $1 million at auction. It was one of 12 bottles that spent more than a year in orbit aboard the International Space Station in 2019. Wine experts say the wine returns subtly altered. The sale also includes a corkscrew crafted from a meteorite. And that's your CBS Money Watch report. For more, head to CBSMoneyWatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Diane King Hall.
Dan, thank you. Let's check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrials up 117 points. The NASDAQ up 32. The S&P 500 up 15.5. Another cool start to your Wednesday. So when can we see a warm-up? Meteorologist Chris Reese has a look at your certified most accurate forecast next.
Tonight on CBS, Tiffany Haddish hosts the new season of Kids Say the Darndest Things, followed by SEAL Team and SWAT. Then get a complete wrap-up of today's news on News 3 Now at 10.
If a nurse is what you want to be, let Herzing University make it possible in lots of different ways. Whether you're planning to become a nurse for the first time or take your nursing career to the next level, Herzing offers learning options and a choice of nursing pathways, all with personal care and support. We'll even waive your enrollment fee. Be exactly the nurse you want to be.
I'm possible at Herzing. I'm possible at Herzing.
I'm possible at Herzing.
I'm possible at Herzing. Call or click today.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Good things come in threes, like 33% off windows, siding, and doors. Plus, no interest until 2022.
33% off windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
It's frozen, yet it's a Coke. It's not solid, but also not a liquid. Frozen drinks from McDonald's. They're a paradox of deliciousness. It's more than a drink. It's a McDonald's drink.
Right now at McDonald's, try our new medium frozen Coke for $1.69, or try a refreshing medium Minute Maid slushie for just $2. Download our app and pick it up curbside.
Whether you have a design emergency or you just want to shop the best furniture showroom in town, you need Dwellings, Madison's best kept secret for design and furniture. Shop our fabulous showroom, Hard Rock Road, Fitchburg.
Thursday on News 3 Now this morning, public health officials encouraging kids to wear a mask even at the playground. And Chris Reese planning your day, plus a preview of that Mother's Day forecast. Join us starting at 4:30 for News 3 Now this morning.
I just don't even know where this stuff comes from. It's just, absolutely 100% to the core false.
Vaccine rumors are running rampant. Madeline O'Neill goes straight to the experts to bust the myths with facts. Thursday on News 3 Now at 10. The Farm Report is sponsored by Blain's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in now with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report on this sunny but cool Wednesday.
Well, yeah, there was frost on the old farm vehicle this morning when I rolled out. So, yeah, you definitely got to protect the posies overnight for at least a couple more days. But we're optimistic about what's coming down the road. We're also optimistic that they're going to get a few things done down at the state capitol now that they're kind of getting back into a regular groove of meeting face-to-face. In fact, tomorrow, the Joint Finance Committee is going to have a quick press conference to brief the media on some of the directions that they're going. Wisconsin Agriculture is paying particular attention to a couple different elements. Yesterday, I talked to Kevin Ladwig. He's with Johnsonville Sausage. He's also a member of the newly formed Wisconsin Meat Caucus. This caucus is encompassing about 500 of our meat processors across the state. Small, medium, large. These would be the meat lockers that you turn to for your county fair animal processing. You deer hunters turn to these folks. And of course, on a larger scale, places like Johnson Sausage, Cudahy, all those meat processors, all involved in this meat caucus. And Ladwig tells me they've got really basically three components that they're focused in on. Number one is talent pool creation. They need to get more people in the talent pool for Wisconsin's meat processing industry to grow. They also need a little support as far as infrastructure to keep that process growing. And they also need to make sure that there's a number of Wisconsin state meat inspectors that are on hand to handle the processing industry and make sure that everything is operating safely. So those are their three major elements that they want to make sure that they're including in the governor's budget, and they are going to stay active talking with the folks that are on the Joint Finance Committee as well as others. We'll keep you posted on progress. Barrel cheese today in Chicago up 2.5 cents at 184.5. 40-pound block cheese was up a quarter at 180 1/4. While double A butter finishes a penny lower today at $1.73.5 per pound. But it's kind of nice to see that they're reopening the Capitol and folks are starting to get back involved in face-to-face conversations about what's happening with ag policy.
One step at a time.
That's right.
All right, Pam. Thank you. Here's Chris now with your Wednesday forecast.
Hey, we've seen that sunshine out there for now, but the cloud cover is going to be on the increase as we start to move into the evening. We've got another shot, by the way, of some showers moving into the picture, and then things could actually get a little bit frosty towards the weekend. Let's talk temperatures if you're about to step outdoors here at the noon hour. 57 in Janesville right now. Boscobel's made it over to 60. We're at 58 in Lone Rock. The Dell's coming in at 53. Most of us us are into the 50s. Madison right in the middle there with double nickels, 55 degrees. Winds out of the north at 8. You see a little bit of that cloud cover trying to move into the picture, but we still have some blue skies out there, at least for now. The system I'm watching is just towards our west. I-29 right now. This is our chance of showers. It's going to be working its way towards the south and east as we go through tonight and into early tomorrow morning. From about Portage down south, that's where you're going to see your best chance for some showers as we start to roll through the overnight hours and then into early tomorrow morning. Temperatures overnight will likely be into the 40s. That'll clear out of here, and then we'll overall stay cooler with another reinforcing shot of this tame air that we have moving in by the time we get you towards Friday. I want to zoom in and really break this down hour by hour for us. This is 2:30 in the morning. This is when our shield of showers likely starts to move into the picture. You see that northerly wind. It's not a heavy rain, but nonetheless, it is just a little bit of rain that's going to be moving on through. By 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, a lot of this is going to be over towards the east. So if you plan to commute towards the Milwaukee metro, towards rush hour, that's where things are going to be soggy. Meanwhile, you're going to be drying things out as you work your way back towards the west. Eventually, we'll keep that mix of sun and clouds around. Future Track wants to show a couple of showers popping up to the afternoon. For the most part, the moisture should be out of here, but we see that mix of sun and clouds all day long. By 11:30 tomorrow night, we're back into the 40s, but we break down how much rain we could see, and the models have generally been all over the place as far as placement of the heaviest axis, but about 1/10 of an inch, maybe upwards towards 1/4, and if someone gets the rain to come down hard enough, you might end up with about 1/2 inch of rainfall. So it's not a heavy rainmaker, but nonetheless, it's just beneficial rain that we're adding to the ground after the rainfall that we saw earlier this week. The other focus of the forecast, of course, things are going to be cooler. Here's the upper air pattern. This is what sets up on top of us as we start to move into Friday. You see that connection to cooler air out of Canada. Here's our wind barb showing that northwesterly flow. That means the colder air is set to move right into Wisconsin as we move through Friday night into Saturday. And overall, we stay chilly throughout the extended forecast into parts of next week. This is a part of a pattern that we truly expect to be cooler than normal. But one of the things I really want to show you are those overnight lows by the time we move towards Saturday morning. Northern Wisconsin, you could dip into the 20s. Southern Wisconsin, you're still into the mid-30s and low 30s. So I wouldn't be surprised if we see some frost advisories come out towards the weekend. A lot of folks are thinking about putting the plants into the ground, so we really want to focus on that forecast for Friday night into early Saturday morning. My advice, wait till we get beyond Monday. We do have a low 35 on Sunday night into Monday, so frost will again be possible, but we truly start to warm things up. 60s and even 70s are in the second half of that forecast. I know this time of the year it's typically a little bit late to be talking about frost, but from a climatological standpoint, this is where we see our frost chances really come to an end. You get to about mid-May, and you can truly put things in the ground with confidence.
That's the old rule of thumb. Wait till Mother's Day.
Absolutely.
Which is Sunday.
Yep.
So wait for after that.
Wait till Mother's Day, yes.
All right, Chris, thank you. There's more to come on News for Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
Easy, yup. Crispy, you bet. Easy to make, well, that's a given. Want to discover my new go-to snack? You can, if you stick around.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Time is of the essence when planning for retirement, so take the time now to make sure yours is well built. Retirements are built here every day. Retirement Income Planning, LLC.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full in 24 months. Call today. Patio Enclosures.
Right now, get $500 off stressless signature base recliners or recliners with classic power, and $200 off new motorized stressless Max and Mike recliners, the latest great innovation from Stressless. Plus, get $200 off each stressless Mary and Emily sofa seat. Celebrate 50 years of stressless comfort and save at the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Save big money
money on all of your projects at Menards. Provide your exterior wood surfaces advanced protection from sunlight and moisture with Pittsburgh paints and stains. Right now, all Pittsburgh Ultra stains are 11% off. DuraClean Exterior Paint and Primer in 1 delivers superior adhesion to dirty, chalky, and glossy surfaces. Pick up a gallon of flat paint for only $27.49 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Attention! This is an important message for all you grown-ups. Get the COVID vaccine. I miss my friends. This is the end of the message. I'm back. Not so fast. You can't return to a regular program yet. Not until you get the COVID vaccine. This for real is the end of my message. Safe care your way. Unity Point Health Meritor, a partner of UW Health. Know how much you matter to this world.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full in 24 months. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
What does your retirement future look like? With a well-built retirement, your future can look bright. Your financial home secure. Retirements are built here every day. Call now and start building yours.
I'll admit it. I love cheese. So when Patty from the Test Kitchen weaved it into this recipe, you bet I was intrigued. Recently, she came up with these crispy cheddar bites that I am hooked on. If you got a minute, I'd love to show you how easy they are. We start by grabbing a mixing bowl and combining some softened butter, a good amount of flour, some crispy rice cereal, a bunch of shredded cheddar cheese, a little salt, and a pinch of ground red pepper. Now, with a wooden spoon, we mix it together until it forms a soft dough. It's the combo of the cheese and the butter that holds these together, and that'll make them so good. Now, we roll these into balls, so they're about the size of golf balls, and place them on a couple of baking sheets. Just make sure you leave enough room between them so when you flatten them, they don't run into each other. Now, all we do is pop these in the oven for 10 minutes or so, and they're done. Who would think something this simple could be so darn good? And when it comes to serving them, they're just as at home on a cheese board as they are floating on a bowl of tomato soup. To get the recipe for our crispy cheddar bites, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard of the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found an unexpectedly cheddary way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Looks good, Howard. Thank you. Here's Chris. One final check of your forecast.
Hey, sunshine continues for at least a couple more hours here, but the cloud cover is on the increase. You can see that behind me, that sharp level of clouds starting to move on in. That is ahead of a rain chance that does arrive for southern Wisconsin overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. Not a super heavy rain, but some of us could again get a nice drink of water. Maybe not as much rain as what we saw the other day, but still, this is rain. We need it. We're still below normal for where we should be. Temperatures remain cooler than normal into the 50s. We'll see 60s and even a 70 return by next week.
All right, Chris, looking good. Thank you. That's our time for now. We thank you for watching. We'll see you back here again at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, have a great afternoon.